I'm Shmuel Ahmed, curator for the Virginia On Air Elections and Governance Hub. I sat down with one of your representatives for a short interview. Let's take a look. We're here with Delegate Dan Helmer, delegate for the 40th House District of Virginia. How are you doing, Delegate?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you. My first question for you today is, why did you get involved in politics?
Well, my dad is an immigrant. My grandparents came here as refugees, and I grew up wanting to serve a country that welcomed my family. It's what took me to West Point, took me on tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's why I ran to represent the 40th Delegate District this year.
Thank you. Question 2, what has been your most significant accomplishment to date?
Well, I ran recently against a 17-and-a-half-year incumbent, and we mobilized an amazing team of volunteers and people to win an election that many had thought was unwinnable, and not only won the seat, but did it with integrity and honor, and now have an opportunity to join a new majority to govern on behalf of all Virginians, a majority that we've never had, a progressive majority in Virginia.
What is the most important new legislation you want to patron for the 2020 General Assembly?
I ran on the fact that many people told me that they didn't feel that their kids are safe in school or that our streets are safe, and wanted to see us address the issue of gun violence. And so I plan to patron and co-patron bills that will address the scourge of gun violence in our Commonwealth.
What is the question you are most frequently asked, and how do you reply to this question?
People often ask me, what a delegate does and how I'm going to help them and make an impact on their lives. And when I tell them is that the laws that most matter to us, the things that ensure the safety of our communities, our ability to access quality, affordable health care, to take on the biggest challenge of our time, climate change, many of those things emanate from what happens in our General Assembly.
What would you recommend to students about wanting to get more engaged with the democratic process?
Well, one, it's just so important that we do. We are at a moment in our politics that demands that all of us become more engaged, and where the fall off in voting and the fall off in responsible political practice, a lack of campaign finance reform, and a lack of access to the ballot has left us with a broken politics. And the only way to fix that is for folks to step up and change that, and college students very much among those people. So if you can, I encourage anybody to volunteer, get involved in a campaign personally, knock on doors, and my own office will now be hiring interns. And so if you'd be interested in becoming an intern and actually working in the General Assembly, we would love to have you.
And final question for you, Delegate. Do you have anything else to say to your constituents before we conclude this interview?
I got involved in politics to serve our community, and I'm just so excited and honored to have an opportunity to provide representation in Richmond that's going to fight for our values. And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.